But another name that we're watching here in overtime is Interactive Brokers. That stock is surging right now, reporting a beat on the top and bottom lines while seeing a 32% jump in customer accounts. Now, that's a key number for investors. You can see those shares are up 3.5%. And joining me now in an exclusive interview is Thomas Peterffy, Interactive Brokers founder and chairman. Thomas, it's great to have you back on the show. Welcome.
It's great to be here, and it's great to announce a fantastic quarter. We are announcing 51 cents per share per our newly 4-for-1 split shares. Our revenues hit a record of $1.48 billion for the quarter. And for the very first time, our profits exceed $1 billion for the quarter. And as you said, accounts were up 32%, customer equity 34%, customer credits 34%, daily average revenue trades 49%. These are all records. The only thing that was not a record was our margin loans, which is not so bad because, after all, margin loans always carry some danger. So with the exception of these margin loans, everything is a new record.
What do you attribute that to, especially since this past quarter we saw so much volatility in the market?
Well, that's part of the reason for the great records. But it's an extremely favorable environment for Interactive Brokers and most other financial firms.
The last time you were on with me, which was after your last earnings report back in April, you had just called a market bottom, and you were right to do that. I wonder what you think about the market now, I guess the stock market, as we do see an S&P and a NASDAQ both trading at record highs.
So I basically do not see any dark clouds in the horizon. As a matter of fact, I can't think of anything that will stop this rally. I expect this rally to continue for the next 2 or 3 years.
What do you think powers it from here? Especially as we talk about earnings, we talk about perhaps more than I can remember ever doing, talking about this intersection of Washington and policy and investor flows. Do you expect that to continue to drive things forward? Absolutely.
So the Trump policies are very favorable for equities, and especially the doing away of all the barriers to business. Less regulation, more incentives to save and invest are very, very favorable.
In terms of the activity you have seen across the platform, and I realize we've talked about this previously too, but there has been this divergence this year between retail investors, sophisticated individual investors, and some of the big institutional players. And retail has certainly seemed to power the market higher here. I wonder what you attribute that divergence to.
So I think that the institutional investors vary. They scared each other about the trade policies. So they are all left behind, and the retail and the sophisticated individuals, they continued buying. As a matter of fact, almost every day we see net buying at Interactive Brokers. And I think that these institutional investors are left behind, and they will still have to catch up. And that has a great firepower that is still to come.
You have a crypto trading platform within Interactive Brokers. We just saw this stablecoin deal make its way through the House. It's now headed to the White House. 2 other bills that are headed to the Senate. What are you seeing in terms of crypto activity on the site, and what do you expect regulation or clear rules of the road to enable from this point forward?
Well, from everything we hear, the regulations will be favorable. And so that means that there'll be more and more crypto trading.
Of course, I have to ask you about the predictions markets as well, because I know that's been an area of growth for you. And it's certainly been something that traders are watching increasingly closely. Does that continue to surge?
Well, we are very excited about those markets. We are very excited about the economic indicators. But interestingly enough, this newly controversial mayor election in New York City is basically taking the lead here. So most people are very, very interested in that race, and they are very interested in expressing their opinions and buy yes or no contracts on Mandani.
Interesting. So you're seeing that translate to activity on the platform?
Absolutely, yes.
Does that go above and beyond just the predictions piece of the platform?
No, that's also, the question is, will Mandani be elected to be the mayor of the city of New York? And you can buy a yes for roughly 70 cents at the moment, or a no at 30 cents. And if you're right, you get $1.